Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Animal Wisdom Tarot by Dawn Brunk, illustrated by Ola Leola. There is a website for them, cicobooks.com. Supportive Oracle Cards, Spellcasting Oracle Cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. There are their full names. They do have a website. I think the website She Who Is Art is for all of them. But there's a couple more websites there too if you want to check them out. Feel free. Just freeze frame there and do as you like, of course. Okay. I got hiccups all of a sudden. Alright. Yep. Okay. I don't think any of this is bad so far. Well, okay. Usually, when I get hiccups or burps or stuff like that, it's talking about negative energy or rough energy. It's here. I'm not gonna lie, it's there, but it's what you're dealing with. I don't know. I think you might be okay. Let's go a little farther to see what's going to happen here, because there's big changes coming in. From my understanding of Gemini, I don't think you guys are really opposed to change as long as it makes some type of sense or you can do something with it. Sometimes Gemini gets very excited with change because it's like new possibilities, new information, new things we can do. So it's kind of like change. What's going on with change? What type of change is going on here? What type of things? What type of ins? What type of outs? What other things we got going on here? Tell me about the change. You guys usually handle it, I think fairly well. Let me know in the comments, of course. And now I know not every Gemini is the same. I know, but it's just kind of like opportunity. You see change typically as opportunity is how I look at it, I think. I don't think Gemini is stagnant. They like to move around. They like to do things a little different. Typically like to explore different ways to work sometimes. Sometimes it depends how you feel about work. Okay, what are we dealing with? Because that's where the energy is kind of getting a little rough. You seem to be starting off where you're just kind of like not pushing your luck. Somebody else is making a change, and we're going to get those cards in a second, but like I think this is stressful to start with, because it's like I'm getting a lot of like hiccups and weird sensations. Like I feel like I should just not get involved. Somebody has a lot of energy, and it's kind of like I'm stepping back and I'm just watching. But I am a little stressed. I don't think you're overstressed. I don't think you're freaking out. But I feel like you're holding it together because you got the Courage card, which has the Lion, which reminds me of strength. You're lightening your load, kind of like I'm not gonna make this an issue. I don't want to deal with this person, but I am gonna have to pay attention. So I have to stay close enough to pay attention, but not right in this situation, telling people what I think. Not right yet. And that is the Seeker of Feathers, which to me, sometimes I feel like this is a Gemini energy, kind of like seeing a lot of different angles, maybe absorbing information. You might be giving it here or there, but if you are giving information, you're very careful and very strategic about where and how and when. I did see, the Aries card is out here too, which makes me feel like you might be kind of like, I'm going to wait and make sure I should say something before I do say something. I'm very careful. I feel like this is one of those things where I know I have to like be careful what I say. Now the energy you're dealing with, it's the Ace of Fire and it's healing. I feel like you don't want to get in the way of this. You just don't want to get like you don't want somebody to smack you with that stick. That's all. Like, don't smack me with the stick. That's all I can keep thinking. And they're showing the snake here with Ace of Branches, but I keep thinking like, branch, stick, Ace of Rods, get smacked with the stick. Don't smack me with the stick. I just don't want to get smacked with the stick. Again, you're not opposed to change, but it's kind of like, it looks like it's a little bit brutal for some people. Other people might be fighting this change, or other people might be the reason for the change. That's its own thing. I feel like I'm just trying to stay out of the way. Yep, paying attention. Still paying attention, but staying out of the way. Healing, because that healing energy, like healing doesn't sound bad, does it? But sometimes, you gotta rip that Band-Aid off, and it's not fun. It doesn't feel good. It's kind of like, I just feel like when I'm seeing this Band-Aid, it's kind of like, if you've ever seen somebody get waxed when they have a lot of hair, or like that, what was it, 40-Year-Old Virgin? Was that the movie where the guy had like a really hairy chest and they put the wax on and it looked traumatizing to me. I feel like that's what's going on. Stuff like that. Like, it looks very uncomfortable for some people. But that's for some, and you're like, I don't want that. Like, don't wax my arms. Don't do it. I don't want that. I don't want that. It's kind of like, no. Oh, that's the seeker. No, you're still, I feel like you're absorbing energy. I think you're very strategic and careful about giving energy. Because I'm also getting, like, the way the energy is coming in, it's very, the seeker and the seer are here. The seer is actually the page. The seeker is the knight. You do have the knight on your side, but I still feel like you're absorbing and you're being very strategic about what you're saying. You might be giving information, you might be saying your 2 cents, but you're being very careful. Very, very careful. And I feel like you're not being listened to at first. Not very much. I feel like for somebody here, they're treating you like an afterthought. The thing is, I know Gemini energy, like, you can work with that. I feel like Gemini is that energy, kind of like, people underestimate you, and then you come in from behind when they're not looking. Like, they underestimate, and then you pull it through at the end, and they don't expect it. They are underestimating you. This could bother you, because I feel like you're probably going to know that. They're underestimating you, they're not listening to you at first, but that's all right, because I feel like you're going to make this work to your advantage. Again, I really feel that Gemini energy, kind of like, people are going to underestimate you, but that's all right, because you'll sneak in and you'll win in the end. I just feel like that will happen for you, because your energy does get stronger a little later. Take it as a gift. If they're not listening to you that much right now, it just seems to work to your favor. I do feel like it bothers you with that Queen of Cups. But you're going to also, like, if they're not paying attention to you, the gift of that is they're not realizing what they're saying in front of you either. I think that's the other side of this. They're not paying attention, they're not listening, but they're not even realizing what they're saying in front of you. But you're participating very carefully. And they're telling more information than they feel like they want you to know, but they're not paying attention. They're just not, they're not acknowledging that you're there as much, and they're just blah 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 blah. There's secrets being told. You're gonna find out some secrets. Why do I think you guys are used to this? Like, people just don't pay attention and don't realize you're there for some reason, and then they let their secrets slip sometimes, right in front of you. Is this normal for you guys? I've never noticed that before, but I'm getting this, and I keep feeling like they're gonna tell this. They're gonna tell secrets in front of you, and you're gonna be like, "Oh." I also feel like you're very like. Just gonna keep that little nugget to myself. Yeah, because more comes forward. You're going to be able to put things back the way they're supposed to be. You got the Seven of Shells, which is the Seven of Cups. You see more here, but because people are not paying attention, there's a transition from this moment where people are not paying attention, people are not listening to you, and then because they're like absent-mindedly not really paying attention to you, they're blabbing in front of you these secrets. You're like, oh, really? You gather this information, these secrets. I feel like you have to step back for a second and kind of like, well, wait a minute. Is that really happening? if that's how that's going, then that means, let me go check this out. And I feel like you go check something out, kind of like, let me verify that that's actually right. I mean, they said that in front of me, but let me go verify that. So I feel like this is how this is going to progress forward. Whoever's not taking you seriously or not listening to you is also not realizing they're saying what they're saying in front of you. You're going to go verify that. It seems it gets more and more intricate as the farther we go, the farther we go. The polar bear is here. This is somebody I feel like they do like you. Somebody who likes you. You're going to take this information, what you've learned, what you verified, because I do feel like there's a verification process here. Like, I need to verify that that is true. Because the person who likes you, you're kind of like, all right, if I'm going to take this to them, I got to make sure I got my ducks in a row and I know what I'm talking about here. And I got to be more concise. And you're bringing, like, you got the nurturer, which is the Queen of Swords. You're like, hey, I know something and I think it's going to help you. I think you need to know this. Here's what I found out and here's where I verified it. So just so you know, this is what's going on. This is somebody who's dealt with you before and just they believe in you. This is somebody who likes you. This is definitely somebody who likes you. The Six of Cups, I feel like there's a history with this person. You've worked together before. You've dealt with things before. I also feel like on your side, you're like, I don't bring just anything to this person. I only bring to them what I feel they need to know. And when I do that, things get taken care of. Yeah, because you got the Three of Pentacles here too. There's a lot of work that has to go into this situation, and you're doing your part with gathering information, verifying information, and bringing it to the right person. This other person seems to be working it out and doing what needs to be done with it. You've got the Ace of Cups and what's the other one? The Nine of Pentacles. So you got Wolf and what is that? Seashell? Nautilus. I don't even know what a nautilus is. It looks like a shrimp to me. What I feel going on here is you're going to pass this information on to where it needs to be. Then I feel like you're going to step back again. I think that's important. You might stay more silent with, like, people knowing. I feel like it's better to stay silent if you can. Because I feel like whoever spilled the beans doesn't realize that you're the one who kind of moved things forward the way you did. The people whoever spilled the beans without realizing it is not going to be happy. They got the Ten of Swords. They're going to be very unhappy. But I also feel like this is what's right. Because it's like the person you told is going to take the Emperor energy, put things back in order, what makes sense for everybody. The person who spilled the beans kind of wanted to make out on their own and didn't seem to get that chance. Things are going to go forward to the next level. The whale's coming in, the awakening. We're going into the next level. I feel like we want to keep this kind of to ourselves, that we had anything to do with that. I don't know. I feel like they're saying less is more. Don't let people know, because you might have another opportunity coming forward later where you do the same thing. Is there anything else with this? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.